guys, it's snomaN. So we got an HTC Vive for Christmas, and guaca, holy cow, it's pretty amazing. So today we're going to talk about some of our favorite games for it, but I couldn't do it just myself, so I asked my lovely wife snowomaN to join us. Say hi, snowomaN. Oh!
Hi guys!
Oh, I didn't think you were that close.
So, in case you have no idea what a Vive is, it's one of the many virtual reality headsets to hit the market last year, and it requires 2 sensor boxes on either side of the room, 2 controllers to interact with the world, and of course a headset that messes up your hair and has a bunch of cords that hook to your computer, but the result is an unbelievably fun experience. And just like any other video talking about VR, I gotta say this before we get started. Watching the game footage on a 2D screen does not do it justice. You really need to play it firsthand to see what I'm talking about. The days of 80s head robots in the arcade are no more. So I wanted to give you a little primer of some of the games we've been enjoying most with it so far. And let's begin by talking about a free title called The Lab. This is actually an assortment of many different games that—
Whoa. Let's just cut to the chase here. The rest of them are fine, but they don't really matter. You just need to play Longbow.
Yeah, it's definitely the best one. This is actually what got us into VR in the first place.
So it's basically a tower defense game where you shoot these little stick figure guys with arrows before they break down the door. But the controls feel so responsive. It's like I'm actually shooting a bow and arrow.
Yeah, and you look like Katniss Everdeen when you play. You get really into it.
Correction. I am Katniss Everdeen.
Oh, okay.
Obviously, it gets harder as more waves of enemies come in, but you can take them down in creative ways, like exploding barrels, dropping flaming hot tar onto them, or even lighting your arrows on fire. And if you lose health, you can gain it back by shooting the balloons that come out of any guys that you kill. It's never ending, but I've gotten to wave 43. Not to brag or anything, but I'm way better than snomaN. It's just super satisfying to destroy tons of dudes in a row like a boss.
Yeah, sometimes I get a little scared because you're like too good at it.
Yeah, don't mess with me.
You know, The Lab reminds me of another free game I've been playing called Rec Room, where you can customize your character and play various sports games like dodgeball, paintball, and frisbee golf. But the cool part is that it's 100% online, so you're always battling against other players. I mean, it even has 3D charades. How could you not love this?
Yeah, but it's no Longbow.
That's the only game you play.
Yep, so my work here is done. Bye!
Oh, okay, bye, I guess. Another game that caught my fancy is called Budget Cuts. Now, this is only a demo so far since it's still in development, so the footage here is a little weird, but this is a unique stealth game that really showed me what the Vive could be capable of. You can shoot portals ahead of you to look around and see if there's danger before teleporting to it, and your goal is to sneak into the complex while avoiding deadly robots that will kill you on sight. So you slip through air vents and stock up on knives to covertly take down your opposition. You can find keys to unlock safes and turn off security lasers to proceed, but the part that really took me by surprise was trying to get up into the ceiling tiles, because in order to fit, you have to duck down in real life. I felt like an actual assassin sneaking my way around a high security facility. This game is awesome, and I can't wait to see what the final product will look like. Now, this next game is quite possibly the most fun I've had with the VR so far. It's called Knockout League, and it's basically Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, but you're Little Mac, juking, blocking, and throwing punches in the ring. Your opponents are a creative cast of characters that amp up the difficulty real quick. You gotta look for their telegraphs and respond accordingly, but they're pretty agile and definitely not pushovers. In fact, the second boss was about when I realized that this is basically a workout, almost like I'm doing Zumba class or something. Every time you duck out of the way, you're doing squats, baby. Those quads will be hurting tomorrow, but it's really engaging and exactly what I was hoping it would be. Now, it's still in early access and only has 4 rivals so far, but the last boss is basically impossible, so...
What happened to you?
I got beat up by an octopus. A couple quick games that are worth mentioning before we get to our last one here. Zombie Training Simulator came free with my Vive, and it's not only fun to plow through waves of monsters with a bunch of different guns and explosives, but it also can be pretty frightening despite its cartoonish atmosphere. They launch a ton of zombies at you, and there's even a hardcore mode where you can play in the dark. Nope. Some of these games don't require a VR headset, like Thumper or Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes, but playing it in virtual reality can certainly enhance the experience. Seeing this giant demon head come over the bend is truly terrifying when it covers your entire sight and looks like it's gonna eat your soul. Itch.io is a great website for indie developers who are coming up with some really creative ideas for VR games, including Draw Your Sword, where you literally can create a blade in any shape and then use that to destroy objects, a 3D version of Snake where two snakes chase your hand simultaneously, it's really hard, and my personal favorite, GORN, which is a gladiator-style combat simulator where you can destroy big buff dudes with medieval weapons, and it feels a little too good to do so. Ah, I ripped off his arm! But the last game I wanted to look at today was probably the most creative, and even though it's really short and free, it was the most memorable of them all: Accounting. This game is basically the Stanley Parable combined with Rick and Morty, and that's probably because it was created by exactly those people. That's right, Crows helped develop the game, and Justin Roiland voiced many of the different characters you'll meet along the way. You start out in a regular office, but when you put on a VR headset in the game, things get wacky real quick. And I think it's a game that's best experienced blind, so I won't spoil too much. But just know it's hilarious, all over the place, and weird, but in all the right ways. Best of all, it has the signature Rick and Morty flair of all the lines feeling like they were totally improvised on the spot.
Pronounce you to death. You're gonna die. That's right. It's time to put your whole life to an end.
I loved this game, and I hope we'll see more from Justin's new game studio, Squanch Tendo, in the future. Overall, virtual reality games are incredibly unique experiences that have to be seen to be believed. Unfortunately, the technology is still in its infancy, so we haven't really seen that one killer app that blows all the rest out of the water, but I think we will in the next couple years. A few things holding it back are the required processing power that most people's computers don't have yet, the cords, which are really annoying to get tangled up in, and of course the hefty price tag. But I think we'll see even more innovation in the coming months, and if any of these games are an indication of that, I'm all in.
So, there you have it. Those are some of our favorite Vive games. If you ever get a chance to get your hands on one, I highly recommend it. They're still a little expensive right now, but you could just do what we did and get a bunch of Amazon gift cards for Christmas or a birthday and just spend it on that. But I hope you enjoyed. As always, you can subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys next time. Stay frosty, my friends.
Bye, guys.
I thought you left!
Hey, are you on Discord? If so, I've officially launched a snomaN Gaming Discord server where you can chat and hang out with me and a bunch of cool people, so check it out in the description below. And as always, a huge thanks to my patrons. If you ever want to help support the channel, you can do so right here.
I just want you to know that I'm giving comedy gold every time, so I need you to step it up. I thought you left!
I did. I deserve a snosker for this.
A snosker?
Yeah, snow Oscar.
I should call my gaming awards the Snoskers. What a missed opportunity.
Best supporting actress goes to
snowomaN.
No, I get best leading actress.
Wait, so am I supporting actress?
I got beat up by an octopus.
Don't you think that's a little dramatic?
Can you hold me?
So dramatic.
Can you make me chicken noodle soup?
Yeah, you're a typical male. Worthless.
My eye's fine.
Incapable!
My eye's fine,
He's a liar!
I thought it looked cool.